Hello everybody, welcome back to Wheel Trouble's Let's Play the Beginner's Guide. Here we are, we're going to pick back up here at Chapter 14. And when we left off we had just found this white screen. I believe we're in December now. December, I think, 2009. We have the option of hello, where am I, what is this? What is this? Where did this island come from? That was an odd audio clip. How do I get out of here? Or option 3, is anyone there? Where did this island come from? There's another island that we can walk to? Can we climb the tree? No. The keyboard drop is annoying. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. Option 1, I'm completely out of ideas. Option 2, when I try to create, I feel empty. Option 3, I have nothing left to give to my work. When I create, I feel empty. We'll try that. On to the next island. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? Option 1. There was a machine that kept me going, and it stopped. Option 2. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me, to start it again. Let's try option... Kota knew he was in a box. Let's try option 2. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Option 1, what? Option 2, you have to take me to it. Option 3, I need to see it, to know why it stopped. Option 3. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine, deal?
If the last game featured Kota talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Okay, back to where we were. Option 1 is deal. Option 2 is deal. Option 3, it doesn't matter what I say, does it? We're going to end up there one way or another, right? We're going to go with option 3 because, like Davey said, this is Kota trying to find his outlet again. And yeah, as a friend, I'd be worried too. Notice we say deal regardless. I like the Asian flair. Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you. These trees actually almost look like fortresses on their own.
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
It's this puzzle again. What do you think? Option 1. Hey, I recognize this. Option 2. I've solved this puzzle before. Option 3. This is easy. Hey, I recognize this. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? Option 1. First you have to close the door. Option 2. First you have to open the door. Option 3. First you press the switch inside. Well, we know it's option 2. Oh, we don't actually get to touch anything. Wonderful. This is the brightest this room's been. Option 1. Now you have to close the first door. Option 2. Now you have to open the first door. Option 3. Now you press the switch on the inside. Well, we know it's going to be option 1. We have to close this door to get to the new switch. Alright, what's next? Option 1, now just close the first door. Option 2, now open the first door. Option 3, now just press the switch here. Option 3. Ha, that was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Surprisingly, I actually agree with Davey there. That was the exact problem I had with the AI, and you'll recall from previous chapters I actually said that, where in designing the AI, I already knew what it was going to respond with, which made it not pass the Turing test with me. When I try to create, I feel empty. Where does the silent come from? What is this? I need to see why it stopped. Hey, I recognize this. All the answers we had. Okay, here we are. Option 1, what are you talking about? Option 2, there's no machine here. Option 3, there's just words on some walls. That gasping sound. That's creepy. Yeah, this would have me worried too. There's no machine in here. Trust me, you'll see. You just have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Sure, making games is easy. Alright, making games is effortless. Sure, making games is easy. More of the answers we had. Ah, that feels wonderful. Option 1. But it wasn't true. Option 2. Why did the walls just crumble? Option 3. Why do I feel so awful when I say that? Why do I feel so awful when I say that? We'll go with that option. Don't worry, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. Option 2. I am constantly excited about and enthusiastic about my work. Option 3. It is easy. It never stops being easy. We'll go with option 2.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Option 1. Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Option 2. Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad. Option 3. It's such a simple solution. Option 1. Perfect.
This is someone
that
I
feels
really cared
fantastic.
about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Option 1, none of this is helping. Option 2, I'm going to vomit. Option 3, please, where is this machine? None of this is helping. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. Notice how each lie we tell ourselves we're busting down a wall where we've got to confront it again? Option 1. Pain breezes effortlessly off me. Option 2. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. Option 3. It always pays off eventually. Option 3. Seems the least like a lie. Or not. Yes, more. Keep going.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Option 1, there is no shame, no fear, no guilt. Option 2, I will be saved by my work. Option 3, I believe this. Unquestionably, I am a vessel for certainty. There's no shame, no fear, no guilt. Incredible. That's it. I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Kota takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Loading May 2011, The Machine. We have a guard. Blocking the switch. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine, it's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick, I intend to be quiet, I intend to be brutal. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Kota. Just a bunch of the same questions over and over.
And of course, it's the machine.
We have one option. You stopped. Option 1, you stopped feeding us. Option 2, your work was keeping us alive. Option 3, your work was keeping us healthy. Option 1. Option 1, those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? Option 2, it was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. Option 3. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? Option 2. Option 1. So here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. Option 2. You have to admit to the people that you've allowed them to suffer. Option 3. I've been so alone. Option 3. apologize for leaving me. Option 1, no, nothing. Option 2, think carefully. I know how to hurt you. Option 3, I have seen the thing you fear. It's option 3. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. What are these little cubes? Intriguing. My followers, my friends. I'd like some minions. My followers. Option 1, it fails on me to deliver bad news. Option 2, I have a troubling revelation. Option 2. Option 1, the machine will not apologize to us. Option 2, the machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. Option 2. Option 1. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Option 2. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let's try option 2. Option 1. Let us pay it retribution. Option 2. Let us show it that we are not failures. Option 2. Let's try not to be self-destructive here. Oh, peachy. Option 1. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Option 2. Follow me, we will destroy everything the machine has created. Let's go with option 2. Oh god, not this place. Really? Kota, I'll make sure your work dies here. Kota, I'll make sure you are known forever. Option 2.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Kota to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
It's a shame I lost that one dialogue box. This really is messed up. Whoa.
So I started showing Kota's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon?
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Kota finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Kota's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Kota ever made. So let's take a look. And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Kota's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Kota has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on. The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Kota cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Well, these games were his diary. You decided to share it with the world without his permission. Yeah, that's kind of a slap in the face.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? This is Kota talking to Davey. Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? These lampposts were Davy's idea?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make any sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks, and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I am talking about, don't say anything. Here's the puzzle.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue. So we are getting this in today. Oh, this is beautiful. So guys, what do you think?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. Solution. Solution.
That is a good question. What was meant by solution?
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Are these prisons or just virtual worlds in which to live in?
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Oh, wow.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Well, Davey, this is your story. Convenient little elevator. Really? Please tell me we didn't just go full circle. Okay, it does look different enough. Oh, great. It's the whisper machine. Okay, solution seems simple. Let's dive in. I really hope Kota wasn't telling Davey to kill himself. Rule. Okay.
Turn back.
For R.
Turn back from this cave. You said let me.
This project would not have been possible without the following individuals. Well, you guys can read these.
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles, and you're so tired, but I know that you're strong.
This is one of those few times where I'll actually let us watch the credits, as they might be a clue.
Turn back.
Keep the discussion going in the comments below. And that's it. Thank you for playing the Beginner's Guide with me. I do realize that this is a shorter game than we're used to. It does delve a lot into human psychology and interaction, so again, the comments is a great place for this conversation to continue. We'll see you guys next time. I have no clue where we'll be going from here. Have a great day. Wheel Trouble out.